Hey guys, Costly here with another technical difficulties message at the beginning of this episode. So everything seemed to go pretty well. We did realize afterwards that my mic was a little low. I think it's because I was too far away from my microphone. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to try and fix that in the next episode, but just want to let everybody know we do know that that was sort of an issue. And again, just bear with us as we get through these first couple episodes and all of our technical difficulties.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Got another episode of Crime Alley Cast. It's me, Joshurawrs, and we got MostlyCostly over there with us as well.
Hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
Tonight, yeah. Who knows what it is? Who knows whenever you're listening? How's it going to whoever's out there listening to our little cast here today? We have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about today, but we're going to keep it nice and short. We're thinking about 1 hour. I think that's what we decided on today.
So the plan is.
Yeah, that's the plan. What are we? I think we decided we're going to start off with some DCL news, or just basically what's going on in DC Comic Legends, and then we're going to also talk about some of the games that we're playing, and talk about what the big news. I think the big news that came out since we last had an episode here was the DC Future State. We'll give you guys a what to expect with that. So, Kasi, how's Siege treating you? How's DCL treating you right now?
Well, I'm like somewhere around 30. I'm floating, which is surprising to me because I stopped buying like middle of the first week. So
wait, how many did you buy?
I bought the first like 5 days.
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 days, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. And I'm surprised I've gotten as far as I have. Like my goal is to stay top 60, and generally I can stay top 60 without buying. As long as I buy the first couple days. So that's like my whole caveat. Like I don't buy technically, but I buy the first couple days. And so I can stay top 60 normally about there because I like to have room for if I make mistakes. And then I haven't had to this siege, but my rule when I'm doing that to stay top 60 is if I have a really bad day and I lose like 3 matches, then I'll buy.
Yeah. Well, rage buy.
Yeah. And I am trying to stretch my gems right now. Let me see. How many do I have currently? I have 13,000. That's not bad.
Oof,
that feels
oh no, 13,000. Oh no.
That feels really low for me.
So. Okay, so that does all right. That's incredibly low to me. I would have a heart attack. But yeah. So is that like your thing? Like by the first week, does that usually help you get in the top 60? Like for the most part?
Yeah. So because what typically happens for me is below top 60, you get. I have experienced you get more people below top 60 who don't care about their ranking, and so they will use non-bonus tunes.
You get the weird comps and stuff.
Yeah. So like in the top 60, which like when you did your whole run where you went for top 20 and everything, I'm sure you saw there was a lot more teams. Now there was a lot more teams that had really high rebirth characters,
right?
But also most of the teams had 2 to 3 bonus tunes on them.
Yeah, like you find a more consistent team style in the top 20. Yeah, because I'm noticing that right now. I think I'm in the top 60 right now on my siege. And yeah, you see some bonus tunes, but then you do see some like Deadshot, Wonder Girl. It's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do?
You see the occasional weird comp.
Yeah.
And so my whole plan always is I boost myself into the top. Like if you pay attention to the beginning of Siege, I'll be in the top 10.
Right.
Because I'm buying. And typically unless like the Siege comp is difficult or what's going on, I don't really end up, not to get like braggadocious here or anything, but I don't like really lose all that much in the beginning of the siege. Right. It has happened before. Like last siege, I gave up after like the second day because I lost like 4 times, and so I was like, you know what, but whatever. And so like this one, I just kind of boost myself up into the top rankings so that I can sit there and play against all of them and get those teams that have the bonus tunes that make it a little bit easier.
That's interesting. That's an interesting strategy to like get in there, get in the top, and now you're mixing it up with more consistent bonus tune teams versus trying to grind your way up to the top, but having to go through like all those weird comps that you're trying to get bonus tunes, but you can't bring them because you're going up against the weird comps. Okay. I never thought about that. Like I never thought that, get in there early and do that. That's interesting. That's a good little strat there.
I know not everybody agrees with it. It's one of those things where it's like some people think it's a good idea, some people prefer to. It just depends on like what your consistency of your boards. It depends on what you normally
do.
You know,
what's the argument against that?
Just that it doesn't work. Pretty much, I haven't really heard anybody have a great argument against it. Just I've heard people say like, oh yeah, like there's the differences. Sometimes people have a harder time with those bonus tune teams because a lot of times what will happen is
you may not know them.
Some of the whales up there too will rebirth the bonus tunes. Now, I normally don't purposely try and rebirth bonus tunes. The first time I ever did it, that's why I have an RB1 Arcus. I share the same thoughts that M4 does about Arcus, where he's good that like at L5 level 80, he's going to kill anybody that will still kill at L5.
That's how RB5
level 80.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Like RB5 Arcus, yeah, it's cool, but he's going to do more than 100% damage at RB2. Like you're going to kill him from 2 up with some of his hits. It doesn't really matter if you go RB5.
I kind of have that thing where I don't like to use the super like meta tunes all the time.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I don't use Arcus that much.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
really good. Don't get me wrong. I don't use I hate using Kaga. All right.
Oh no.
I don't get me wrong. He's such a great tune. I have him RB1. I avoid using him as much as I can.
So how do you turn down and peel awarenesses? What, Cersei? Cassie?
Cersei, but also Cersei and Cassie.
Cassie.
For sure.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I run a lot of Azrael comps, so I now purposely try to go last.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So
I've run into that situation with Azrael where I've done mirror matches on my stream for whatever, and I noticed that if there's Azrael versus Azrael, you want to go last. You don't want to start attacking first because then their Azrael pops off and you get killed.
Yeah, for me, like I have an RB2 chemo, so for the most part, unless like there's a really heavy hitting blue on the other side, he makes it through like the first round of attacks and then gets healed up off of counter attacking and everything. And then combined with Cassie throws out bleeds, and then he gets hit over and over again, counterattacks, gets a bunch of mins, and then it just snowballs from there.
Right.
And Azrael's hitting everybody because he's getting hit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I run that alongside Wonder Woman lead because she's RB4 for me. So like whenever it finally gets around to her turn, she then just purges any debuffs that have put on the entire team throughout that first wave of attacks.
How many does she purge?
It's it's like, not a lot.
It's not a lot. Like you can't purge all the No,
it doesn't purge all of them.
But she also does debuff immunity. Or, too.
She puts debuff immunity, so that's a nice thing. So like it'll take care of like if there's a bunch of bleeds, it'll take care of enough bleeds normally to make everybody survive.
Right.
Like the bleeds aren't going to kill them on the first turn.
Yeah.
It may kill them on the second turn. It's kind of I can't wait for her to get reworked. Maybe they allow her to purge more buffs or something.
Okay.
Like they need to lean into something with her. She needs to either like purge buffs more or counterattack more because she has a really small counterattack chance. But anyways, with her, like by the time when I use that, then my team's ready to go. Everybody has, debuff immunity. So you're not going to slow down Cassie. You're not going to slow down Azrael. You're not going to slow down anybody on my team because like you can't stun them and you can't slow them down. And then now my team, who all counterattacks, is sitting there surviving your first wave of attacks, and they're all heavy hitters and they're ready to go.
And I feel like I know you want Wonder Woman to get reworked, but I feel like if they're going to rework anyone, it's either going to be Champion of the Amazon or it's going to be DOJ. I call her Doja, but it's going to be one. I don't think it's going to be Pot.
Themyscira is going to be a while before she.
Yeah, I would really like to see Coda, Champion of the Amazon, Wonder Woman get a rework because she's just. I think she looks so cool, and she with her swords and all that. I don't know. Plus you don't see her ever. When have you I don't even remember the last time I've seen one outside of whatever,
DOJ.
No, Coda. I remember.
I don't really see either of them really. Yeah. Like DOJ is still like every once in a while she'll pop up. I remember when
Doja.
She would get super annoying sometimes. But for the most part, you can take care of her pretty easily. It's But and I know they're gonna get reworked. I have hopes that Princess of Themyscira is gonna get reworked. When that whole leak happened in the beginning of the month, when Giganta and Princess of Themyscira were the reworks, I was like, yes, and I was so happy for about 30 minutes. And then I checked Reddit, and somebody was like, oh no, that it was just Giganta.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, because mine's RB4, And it's kind of sad that like my RB2 Arcus is higher power than her.
Yeah.
Or not RB2 Arcus, Azrael. So, but so what teams have been running in Siege? How's your Siege going for you?
See, my Siege has been going pretty good. Like I talked to you a little bit before we went live, but thanks to Chosen's been helping me. I've watched M4 streams have been helping me, but I was running basically Lex, Miss Martian, Power Girl, and Saint Walker. Like that's like the team that I've been using. But just today, literally today, like an hour ago, I took Freeze up to G11. So now I got him ready to go.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, I always joke about like Chosen told me to take up Miss Martian, and then after I did, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Mr. Freeze is the one you want." I'm like, "Oh great!" And of course, like, both greens.
Yeah, I feel like the beginning of this month, the way it worked was like everybody's like, "Oh, Miss Martian," because we had her like right at the beginning of the month, so everybody was like, "Miss Martian's cool" and everything, and everybody was kind of like downplaying Freeze.
Yeah,
and they were like,
"He's a tank."
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like people started using Freeze more, and they were like, "Wait a second, this dude's really good."
He's really good.
And so, like, mine's RB2, and
must be nice.
he fits my Batman theme. That's why I did it. I didn't do it because he's a bonus tune for Siege or anything.
No, that makes sense.
But he's gonna do so well on that team that you were talking about. The team I've been running is for Siege specifically is Saint Walker, Azrael. I know Azrael's not a bonus tune. Chemo, and then Mr. Freeze. And then if I can, like if Chemo doesn't fit, then I'll run Power Girl to get more bonus points. And then if I need to tip the affinity skills, then I've actually been swapping out Power Girl Chemo slot for Grundy.
So how many losses have you had?
Two.
Me too.
And I've been running that team the entire time.
Yeah, I've been running 2 as well. I only have 2. I lost. I remember my first one was like after like second board or something or whatever. But my second loss, I don't think I should have lost. But since that second loss, I've been running really well. Like I was starting each new I do my streams every day. I would start each new stream, and I noticed I kept starting my fights, ranking up higher and higher and higher. And now I'm starting like today. I started and I was a rank like 65 or whatever. And that's now. And then I think I finished 50 something, but I've been running really well with 3 bonus tunes. I will say my last board was so easy. It was a breeze to get through. I think I almost did the whole entire board, 3 bonus tunes, no losses, no tune losses, 3 stars and all that.
You see, the end of my last board was an all red team. My 2 losses have been, so the first one was on stream, and it was a Cersei all stun. So she all stunned my entire team.
Of course.
And then took the taunt off of Chemo.
Of course.
And then
of course she did.
The enemy team just picked my team apart because they were able to get to Azrael immediately. That's kind of the downside to like Chemo. And I think it's interesting seeing the game evolve over time of like how they've done the starting taunters and stuff like that. Like Chemo's an interesting case where like he starts with 1 taunt and there's no way for him to gain it back unless he gets crit. So it's like you can't actively gain it back. Yeah. But the cool thing about like with Chemo that's different is he only has that 1 taunt. So once that's purged, you don't have to worry about a starting taunter anymore. Whereas like there's other starting taunters who have
like Power Girl
buffs that be purged, or they have multiple taunts and stuff like that.
Yeah, Power Girl's crazy annoying.
Is there a starting taunt that has multiple taunts? I don't know on that.
I don't know. I know like Giganta starts with like multiple awarenesses or whatever, but I don't know about multiple taunts. I think she can gain multiple taunts, but doesn't start with them.
I like taunters that gain multiple taunts.
Yeah, it's hard to purge.
One of them can purge and they still
taunt.
But so my loss was that, and then my other one was I can't remember who the enemy team was, but I know I think it was an all red team, and I took my normal team against them thinking I was gonna be fine, which was Saint Walker, Azrael, Chemo, and Mr. Freeze. And what ended up happening was something happened where when I attacked, Azrael buffed, he hit my Saint Walker, and then it was his turn next, and then he 3'd my Saint Walker, and then the match was over at that point because Saint Walker died. And then then they just started. There was like a good combination of whoever the other team was. There was like stuns going on, and like my team just fell apart almost instantly. So
you know what I will say about Azrael? I mean, Azrael's been talked to death, But
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously, and also I'll make a disclaimer. I don't run him with like the best like Azrael. You know, you got to protect him and stuff. But when I throw him out there, like he's usually the first one to die on my team, just because I'm not protecting. He's squishy a little bit. Like there's so many greens out there. There's so many big powered greens that like if you better protect Azrael, like, or you're gonna be in trouble.
Azrael most of the time goes off.
Yeah.
But he dies a lot for me as well, even in RB2. And then one of the things I've seen where like he is really scary at higher RBs, and he's kind of like, you want to compare him to Arcus on the point where it's like, oh well, he just ramps up so fast. Why would you need him at a higher rebirth? But then I've also had a hard time killing a high rebirth Azrael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And all because you want the extra stamina, the extra health, and the extra defense and all that. Because
But then at the same time, I've seen like I've been destroyed by an Azrael. And then went and looked at him, and I'm like, this dude has him at level 70. What?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is going on here?
So what are you thinking about? I mean, I also think this tune's been talked about. Like the general consensus is that, but what do you think about Adam? I mean, this is what we're playing for.
So
this is a siege.
I've done like zero research in Adam. All I've seen of Adam was videos that Burger has shared in our chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then when there was that one night, and I don't know if it's happened multiple times, where on M4 stream he was playing against Burger for like a bunch of fights in a row, and Burger brought Adam, and like there was a joke in chat that I agreed with where like Adam hasn't done anything in like 5 matches.
Yeah, probably not.
So like that's kind of, I'm going off what everybody else has said because I haven't really looked into Adam, but it doesn't seem like he's any good.
I wonder if that's why I'm doing better than I normally do in Siege, because maybe people just aren't pushing for Adam.
With Siege, for me it's such a repetition that like I just, every Siege I go for it and go for it and go for it. But then like there are some people that like when they see that like, you know, that like the character's not worth it, they just drop off and stop playing. You know? And it's one of those things where it's like it's one thing when the character is subjectively bad.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing when the character is just bad.
It's
where
bad,
like
yeah.
the entire community unanimously I can't say that word.
It's all right.
I can't.
Can I say it? Oh no, I can't say it. Unanimously. You got it in my head. Unanimously. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, when the whole community is just like, no, he's bad. You know? So it's like, it's interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was like, shoot, like I'm doing good, but I'm like, oh wait, it's just Adam. Like, I mean, that's why. And I'm trying not to spend as much because I think I've only bought 2 packs. I bought one on day 1, and then I think I bought one. The stream wanted me to buy a pack, or I can't remember, but I bought one more pack. So I'm holding decent. That's not bad. 2 packs, you know.
Yeah,
and then,
I've only bought a couple. So
yeah,
4 or 5.
but I mean, now that we know that Freeze is better than everyone thought, Miss Martian, I went on a big rant about what I thought about Miss Martian. I didn't think she was all that. Some people are just singing her praises, you know, like they're just, Miss Martian is the second coming, you know, but I'm just like, she's all right. Like she works amazing with Lex, but outside of Lex, they're like, oh, she's a great support tune. And I get it. She does support, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like.
See, I just got her to L4. So.
I have her L3. And she's better. Yeah. Way better than L1.
I haven't used her since I used her once the other day. On that, in fact, that team that beat me, the all red team.
Yeah.
I just went ahead and went all green. And I was like, wait, this team's gonna be super easy, all green bonus. So I just went no leader and put her as the leader. And so, but like that was the first time I used her since the first week.
Yeah. She's okay. I'm gonna keep.
I like her. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
like,
I like her.
Cool.
She's cool.
She does what she does.
There's so many like. Outside of Siege, there's so many other greens that I think are better than Miss Martian, but that's a whole nother. Because I went on a rant. Yeah. Outside of Siege.
For me, with her, it's like I think it's the appeal. Like it's in the new toy.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, for me, then like Mr. Freeze came into popularity, and I was like, look, well, here's this same new toy, or it's like my toy got updated. And now it has bright, flashy lights, and I press this button, and it has gold armor now. Like,
you know what?
I'm playing with Mr. Freeze a lot. So
let's talk about, because if you're listening now, you're listening to the podcast another time. We're trying to keep it about an hour. We're about 20 minutes in, and I want to talk about some other. Well, we talked about. That's enough DC news, I think, or DCL news for now. I mean. There's not. I don't think there's much going on because we're waiting. Raids are coming in 2 weeks. New tunes.
We have, no information.
No information yet. No information on any new tunes. Just a real quick, who would you like to who would you like to see? Who's your top picks?
So some people know this. I don't know if everybody knows this, but there's 2 characters that I'm currently waiting for in the game.
Okay.
I have neglected on purpose to really publicize that I'm waiting for these, so that they literally get no traction behind them. Is the reason why, because I want to wait till I have 100 RB tokens before I start saying I want these characters in the game.
Okay.
That way, when they come in,
you
I
can do it immediately. Immediately.
Yeah. So,
how many tokens do you have right now?
Like 5. So
because, wait for 100.
I saved up to 50, and I was like, "Cool, I'm ready for Stephanie Brown to come into the game."
Oh, okay, there it is. There's one.
I was like, "All right, I'm ready for it." And it was a joke going on between me and Hawkeye. And I was like, "Yeah," and he even saved up 50 RB tokens. And then both of us, as soon as we got to 50, we're like, "And this character's shiny."
Yeah, I got a new RB to take care of.
And so I started taking other characters up, and then I started saving again, and then Mr. Freeze got reworked, and I was like, "Oh, he's really good. He's Batman themed. He works into my theme." So I did that. So the 2 characters I'm wanting, we're not going to get them next month because I think it's going to be a Wonder Woman themed month, right?
You think so?
The Wonder Woman movie is supposed to be out,
and it got pushed back.
I know it's in this area. Okay, so
it got pushed back again. Yeah.
We're getting next month.
Yeah.
But Stephanie Brown would be amazing, and Harper Rose the other one.
So, okay.
Those 2 that aren't familiar with Harper Rose, she's Bluebird from New 52.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so those are the 2 that I'm waiting on.
Okay.
And then as far as do you have any? You want to go over reworks too? Who we want reworked?
Who do I want reworked? I think. Obviously depending on what the tunes are, but I don't know. I feel like a Cyborg needs to get a rework. I don't think Cyborg's bad. I still use Cyborg today, but I think if they were to give him a nudge, he would become he just needs. Also, he got kind of weakened by power creep. I just think he needs a little tweak to really start seeing some Cyborg action in there. He's one of those tunes I would like to see reworked. Cyborg.
See, so Cyborg, the ones that haven't gotten one before that made them real bad are Cyborg and Batman Cape Crusader. It's criminal
that's true.
Gotten a rework yet.
And even after the whole 10 times tune, we're just okay.
It's right around the corner too, because of the whole. You can never have last year. You can never have too many in October or whatever the frags. And then it's also then they did that $1.99 sale the other day for Zatanna. Which was
I would love Zatanna. I would love Zatanna to be.
Zatanna would be great too.
I feel like those are the 3 I like to see. Batman CC, because how do you not have? Why isn't Batman? Come on, Batman. Why isn't Batman a really good tune? I feel like Superman's way better than Batman. You see him more often than you see Batman.
Yeah. But it's also one of those things, I've also heard that argument before. People are like, yeah, well, you purposely make Batman and Superman not that great of characters in the game so that people come for them and then stay for the overpowered.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see that.
So it's I kind of get that, but at the same time, it's Batman.
It's Batman. It's Batman. We get it, but it's Batman. We get it, but did you hear me? It's Batman.
Yeah. We should have a Batman that hits just as hard as Azrael does.
Right.
Azrael's kit should have been Batman CC.
Imagine if that was Batman. Oh man, he would have been amazing.
But yeah, so I'd love for them to be reworked. Of course, I'm almost always. I don't want to be railing about Wonder Woman, Princess of Themyscira all the time. I would love if she got reworked, obviously. But
I know people are always. I know people are always talking about we have enough of them, enough skins of them. But honestly, if I always I'm a huge Lantern fan. You can't see my lanterns here. I'm a huge Lantern fan. Just give me some more lanterns, make them cool. I'm always down for some more lanterns. I'm sure people are rolling their eyes right now hearing me say that, but I'm always give me some more lanterns. I want more. I don't know. I'll do it.
I would love more lanterns.
I would. Yeah. I would just give me a Green Lanterns superhero fights game. I'm fine with just give me all the lanterns.
Yeah.
Bleeze. I want Bleeze. I think that's what it all is. I want Bleeze.
Bleeze would be good. I know Du Bois wants Razor.
Oh, I don't think Razor's coming. And Du Bois, he's holding on to that hope. He's not coming.
It'd be amazing. The only he's one of those ones where the only reason he would ever be put in the game is if the devs were have you seen this? The boy guy on Reddit.
He keeps telling us, let's
Like,
make the.
so-
He spends a lot of money. We should give him Razor.
Yeah.
But I think that's enough. What DC talk? I mean, because honestly, there's really not too much going on. But what about? Let's talk about some other things that we talk about in this podcast. Like, what are some games you're playing? I know you've been playing a game recently. Talk about it.
Yeah. So I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 recently. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
That's Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah. So what it is basically Baldur's Gate is in the world of Forgotten Realms, which is the world that D&D takes place in,
Mhm.
right? So like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 came out 20 years ago.
Okay.
And then so this came out just 2 weeks ago on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the 6th of October. So this came out, and this is made by a different studio. So BioWare made the first 2 Baldur's Gates. So, everybody's familiar with BioWare. They make
Mhm.
Mass Effect. And if they want to be known for this, they made Anthem.
Okay.
And then Larian Studios is making Baldur's Gate 3. So Baldur's Gate 3 is made by Larian Studios, who they made Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, as well as some other like Divinity-style games from Beyond Divinity. It's basically D&D in like a game form, but then they took, and this one is like D&D 5th edition, which is the most recent D&D, which I play D&D as well. I DM 3 different groups.
Okay.
Um,
Dungeon
so
Master.
basically- yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, I've been super excited because like I've only ever been in DM.
Okay.
So I was super excited. This is actually like me getting to play D&D for once. Because as when you play as a dungeon master, you play as the world and the NPCs, right?
Yeah, you
And
create the story. You tell them what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, I do because I do three different groups. I don't create my own worlds and everything. I just use the Forgotten Realms pre-adventures they make and everything. But anyways, so the game's been a lot of fun. I've been streaming on my Twitch channel. Basically, like at the end of my DCL streams,
Yeah.
I just do another extra hour because I typically am the last person streaming of all the DCL streamers
Like
on my
nighttime.
nights.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just go an extra hour if anybody wants to watch, and it's been pretty fun. They have a Twitch integration where whenever I come up to dialogue choices, I can open it up to chat to choose.
And they can pick. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
So it's been pretty fun. And so we have a character going on there. And so that's been a lot of fun. Now, here's the thing. For anybody who's interested in that game, it is in very early access right now. It is very glitchy.
Yeah.
And I have my main playthrough that I was playing just on the outside, of my Twitch playthrough. I had to completely restart because of a game-breaking bug. And I've had to reload like saves like hours back because of game-breaking bugs that happened that I didn't realize until I got back to another spot and went to talk to somebody and I couldn't talk to them. And I was like, started to go back through my old loads or my saves and being like, okay, can I talk now? No. Can I talk now? No. Can I talk now? And then like going back. So it's like, but they also warned everybody when this came out, like,
expect
it's gonna be like that.
It's pre-alpha, or I don't know how they call it.
So it's like it's pretty much pre-alpha.
Yeah.
And so it's like just Act 1's in there. It's one of those things where it's like it's supposed to their target release date is a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's interested and you don't mind bugs, jump in now. It is a little expensive. It's full price. So
right now it's full price. But do you get it? Do you get it when it comes out? Like you don't have to buy it again?
Yeah, yes, you don't have to pay it again.
Okay, I was about to say. Yes, it's crazy.
Here's the thing too. Most early access games, because when people are familiar with early access on Steam and everything, is like $35 normally for like the game, and then you pay a little bit more later on, or you pay the early access price and have to deal with the bugs, and then they give everybody else the game at full price later, but you have it at the lower price, right?
Oh, okay.
There's always some kind of a deal.
Yeah, to test it out and
so people like I've seen a lot of like outrage, not outrage, but I've seen people like dock Baldur's Gate points because it's $60 and it's only the first 20 hours of gameplay, which like for people that play Call of Duty, 20 hours of gameplay is the entire game. But so
yeah.
With this, what's interesting about that is Larian has done this before with their last game, and they deserve all the like good faith on, hey, it's $60. It's fine that it's $60. But basically, I recommend anybody who's interested in the game, if you don't mind glitches or having to completely restart, and they've also said that all saves are going to be wiped when the game comes out anyways.
Yeah.
Just because like when the game comes out, if there's something that changes something further back in your save.
So do you think if someone likes D&D, like if they like playing it, they're most likely going to enjoy this game, or is it too much of a departure from actually D&D where it's like, oh, well, yeah, I love D&D, but I don't care about that style of game?
So if you specifically like D&D 5th edition, you will love this game.
Okay.
If you like D&D, you will probably still like this game. If you don't like 5th edition, you might have a little bit of problems.
Okay.
But I recommend it to anybody who has ever been interested in D&D. This is a great way to learn how to play D&D as well.
So you learn how to play D&D through this game?
Yeah. So like, because it uses the same like structure of gameplay. Now, here's the thing though: there are things that it'll teach you wrong about D&D technically, because like there's certain things you can do that like to not get too into it. In combat, you have an action and bonus action. Basically, one's like what they sound like. One's your main action. One's like your additional bonus, like side action.
Like a passive.
There's things you can do as a bonus action in Baldur's Gate that are definitely reserved for only actions in D&D.
Okay.
So it's like that kind of thing. But for anybody who's interested in the game, I would say wait till at least the next act comes out and some of the bugs are cleaned up. If it would bug you that you have to restart your save. If you don't mind you have to restart your save, or you don't mind there being bugs or having to reload something and play past, like you can play like an hour, and if you forgot to save, you're going to go back to an hour ago. Yeah. Or because there's not a lot of auto saving in it. And then there's also like, you know, if a bug happens, you might have to reload an hour ago. If you're fine with that, it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun with it. There's about like 20 to 25 hours of like content, not to mention all the different branching things that can happen.
Different choices you can make.
Yeah. But I don't want to like got it more at another time, like, because I could go on for hours.
Yeah.
But I recommend it like for anybody who's interested. And then if you want, I also recommend waiting, you know, because like, and it could even be a year from now where it comes out. But these people that are making this game make amazing RPGs. So if you're into RPGs, definitely give it a try. It has, that's the other thing for anybody who played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. This has no connection. It's like supposed to be 100 years after Baldur's Gate 2, and I'm not even sure people from Baldur's Gate 2 will show up in Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
It's just kind of like basically the new iteration of the D&D style video game for the modern age.
That's what you got going on, little game you're playing.
Have you been playing anything?
I've been playing, well, PUBG has always been a staple for me. I love PUBG. I love shooting people. I'm getting better and better. I don't know how good I am though, but you know what game? I'll say the game that I recently played. I actually played it on my stream. It was Phasmophobia, and it's all the rage right now because it's spooky time. It's Halloween time, and
I hate spooky games.
See, you know what? I'm not. I love spooky movies. I love spooky stories, but yeah, games really get to me. And I did stream it like a week or two ago, but it's a lot of fun. Do you know what it's about?
So I've watched my friend play it.
Yeah.
And like when she was playing it, like I saw her in a house, I saw a ghost, and then I saw
that's it.
So that's about all I've seen.
Yeah, it's basically you're a ghost hunter. Like you and a team of 4. I think it's 4 is the max. I'm not sure. And then you get a case and you buy equipment. So like an EMF detector, thermometer. You can have a journal book that ghosts may or may not write into. And then you take all your tools in. You go to the place. It could be a school, a house. And some of the houses are real spooky. But you go in there and your goal is to collect evidence by doing things, and it has like voice recognition. So you go in there and you can talk to the ghost. Like you can say like show me a sign, or where are you?
Or is somebody playing the ghost?
The computer's the ghost. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it's the computer's the ghost, and you have to go around collecting evidence, and then by the evidence you do collect, you have to determine what type of ghost it is. And if you're right, you make more money, and the more money you make, the more gear you can buy, and you can go on bigger cases against on bigger maps. But it's pretty scary because if the ghost can kill you, and and it'll chase you, and it'll lock doors behind you, so you'll be in a dark room, and then you might see the ghost, and you turn around, the door slams shut on you. You're like, oh my god! And you turn around, this like stupidly scary ghost is coming after you, and it's just like, and then like it'll run at you, an axe. He'll be holding an axe coming at you, and or he'll whisper in your ear, and it's just like, oh my god. But
no, I'm good.
I'm all for it. I got pretty spooked up playing it, and I like it a lot. So that's my new game, and also been playing some Among Us. You've played Among Us.
Yeah.
I think everyone's played Among Us. It's all the rage.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know the DCL group's been playing in the Crime Alley server a lot. Which I'm so happy to see people using this server
good.
Had for like 7 years. So it's great to see people using it, and I jump in it from every now and then. But
yeah,
I've been so deep into Baldur's Gate these past 2 weeks, to where it's like literally when I get on, like I play Baldur's Gate, and then like I'll jump onto Tarkov to do some hideout management in that game, and then I'll go back to Baldur's Gate, and that's about all I've been doing on gaming. So
okay, well, you know what? Let's get to the big the meat and potatoes here. Let's get to the big stakes, because DC announced something for us. When did they announce? Like 2-3 days ago? Was it a week ago? I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. So this seems to be what has risen from the ashes of
the Dark Knights.
Well, no. So did you hear about this beforehand? So this
no.
So before Dan DiDio was let go, fired, whatever happened. There was rumors of like 5G, and it was people thought like it was his baby and everything, and it was supposed to be like the next generation of DC heroes. And then we didn't hear anything about it for a very long time, and so people thought it died with Dan DiDio when he left DC. Yeah. And then all of a sudden this came out, and so it seems to be what rose from the ashes. That it does seem pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it's supposed to take place after Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, I got my notes on it.
Have you read Death Metal at all yet?
Not yet. I read the first one. The first one. The first one's good. Oh, you should. You totally should. See, I say I'm still a little bit behind on my comics. I'm currently working through all the comics right now to get caught up, because I mean, especially with this is a big deal. And this is the new thing coming up, so I really want to catch up for this. But to let people know, wait, what was that?
Oh, I was gonna say, don't worry, because I see people in chat like, don't spoil it. We're not gonna spoil.
Oh yeah, no spoils. No spoilers though. Yeah,
we're not only gonna talk about Future State.
Yeah.
So,
but like I do know that it comes out in 2021. It'll be in January. And what's interesting, it's gonna be about a 2-month run of Future State, and it almost seems like this is kind of like a little time off. So all the regular running comics will be off for those 2 months, and it'll be pure Future State for 2 months. And then once they finish up the Future State run, then your regularly scheduled comics are back. So it almost seems like a time off.
I'm interested to see how this is going to be. Hopefully it's not Convergence 2.
That's what I was thinking. So, I know like a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh, is this just another Convergence? Because people had a big backlash with Convergence.
It's something akin to 1 year later, where it's like, okay, but like 1 year later didn't actually like in continuity had a time jump, but it didn't actually have a time jump in real life. You know what I mean? So it's like, or time off rather than not time jump. But this will be interesting. So
it's January 21st, a 2-month line-wide event. It'll on March 21st of 2021, the regular DC titles will resume. And then this is spinning out of Dark Knight's Death Metal, which and I think that last issue ends on January 5th. And then Future State will pick up on the 21st. So I think that's how that's working. So that's basically what it's going to. I have a little blurb here. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if anyone's read anything, but it says, the DC universe has always been fertile? The DC universe has always been fertile ground for new and refreshing takes on our characters. And this is from DC executive Mary Javins probably. And DC Future State definitely contributes to that legacy. When the events begin in January, some savvy readers will not only pick up on some of the breadcrumbs that we've already been tossed out in our current titles, but will also find the new hints and clues about what's to come in 2021. So that's from the DC executive editor Marie Javins. So that's basically kind of what the summing up Future State. Like, I guess they've been dropping clues in the comics recently, and you're probably going to be reading it. You're going to see that thing like, oh, that's what happened in, whatever. That's what that was leading to.
It's making me need to get caught up, because
I know. I think I'm about 2 years back on comics. So it's about 24, actually almost 3 years and about 30 issues. So I got a lot to read.
Yeah, which like 2 years back, like don't get me wrong, it's a long time, but it's in comic time, it's really not that far.
Yeah,
like,
1 year is 12 issues.
You're talking about like sitting down and reading for
an hour. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, knock out an hour, you're caught up. Yeah.
But that's, by the way, that's like per title. That's not like everything.
Oh yeah. Because that's 12 for Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman.
I know some people that can read an entire issue in like 3 minutes, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I can't. I don't.
No, it takes me a little bit longer because I like to absorb all the art.
That's one thing I noticed too when I'm reading my comics is I'm like, I'm not paying attention to the art because I read the text. I jump from text to text to text, but it's no, you gotta look.
I go right through all the text and then I go back and look at the art.
Yeah.
So.
Let's show off some of the art. Talking about art, let's go ahead and show off. I mean, we have some covers here. So this is Future State, the Batman, the next Batman. And as of right now, I don't think we don't know who the Batman is because Bruce Wayne is dead in this run. It's in the future. The
original 5G rumors. So the rumors from 5G was that it was Luke Fox.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting if it is or if it isn't. I think Luke Fox would be very interesting. And that just kind of real quick, when I first heard of this future state thing, until I looked into it, I was like, oh no, it's 5G. And because like 5G didn't sound appealing to me because I thought they were replacing, like, now knowing it's like only a 2-month thing and it's like, and then you get because like, don't get me wrong, I want to discover new characters and see all these like all this cool new stuff, but I'm like, I also still want to have Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent and I want to have my toy.
Yeah,
so, but yeah, so I think it's alternate cover we have here, right?
This is a one cover, and then this is the alternate cover we have here. So there's two covers. It's like he's jumping off a rooftop, looking very Batman-like, and another cover looks like he's getting sniped up. Someone has the scopes on him, aiming right for the heart. So, but or actually no, that actually looks like issue 2. So this is issue 1. I'm looking at it now. Issue 1.
Issue 2?
It is. Oh, this isn't a alternate. So it's just issue 2 then. Okay. And let me read the blurb that we have from Batman Family. In this future, Gotham City is controlled by the Magistrate. This villainous regime has taken control of the city, now under constant surveillance. All mass vigilantes have been outlawed, and Batman, to be unknown yet, Batman has been killed. But led by an all-new Batman, a new assembly of Gotham's guardians rise to give hope to all those who lost it. And do you want to read which comics are coming out of that?
Yeah, so with the oversized, so there's oversized comics, and then there's gonna be the monthly miniseries as well.
And if people don't know what oversized comics are, they're not physically bigger, but they're thicker. Like there's more pages in them. They're more like, instead of your normal like 24 pages, they might be like 40 pages or 50.
Yeah,
they're oversized.
Kind of like DC Rebirth was an oversized comic.
Yeah, it was. It was a big boy.
So Future State, it's like basically what the article saying here is Future State Next Batman 1 through 4. We're going to have Next Batman, which is written by John Ridley, Nick Darrington, and Laura Brega. So, like, not all written by all of them, but
yeah, Nick Darrington. I've seen Nick Darrington's art.
Nick Darrington's an artist. Yeah,
and he did a lot on. I want to say it was Doom Patrol. It was the last time I remember. But he's also done.
He did Mr. Miracle as well, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Was that Mr. Oh, that was Mitch Gerardis or Gerard?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
that was, sorry. Mitch Gerard's. That was Mitch Gerard's on that one.
Nick Darrington, I've seen his art. It's okay. A lot of people really like his art. I'm okay with it. I that's how I kind of like when I hear new comics. Like, who's drawing and who's writing? Like obviously.
Like for me, when there's like because he has kind of like a more abstract style. Like abstract art kind of needs to be like for me it needs to be justified by the character.
Right.
And like Batman doesn't feel like somebody who deserves.
No, he's not.
Don't get me wrong. Like there's some horror stories and like psychological stuff where like it really works. Where like I'm thinking like Jacques. When he was doing Black Mirror and everything.
Yeah.
With, Scott Snyder, like that fit, and like Jacques abstract, but not really kind of, but and then there's Outsiders by Brandon Thomas and Summit Kumar. I know neither of those.
These are, I do know that these are a lot of new writers and new artists are coming out for this. So this is their moment. I'm assuming because you have your normal big names, like your Scott Snyders, your Joshua Williamsons, even though he's going to be in this, but your bigger names, your Tinians, they're all doing the main titles, and this because this is only 2 months. This gives all of these new writers and artists a chance to give them a little spotlight and see how they do.
That's something I've always respected DC for doing is being an avenue for. Do you remember when they did that anthology series for a while?
Yes.
Where it was like it was all new artists and writers. That was so cool.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm expecting it to. So you're going to be seeing a lot of new artists and writers in this, and then who knows? There might be the new Scott Snyder in here, and there might be the new, Jock. There might be the new Greg Capullo here, and it could be. I mean, this is how you find out, and this is what more of a reason to read these things. But yeah, keep going on.
We didn't get covers for any of these, so we got next Batman. We don't have a cover for Outsiders. The next one down is Arkham Knights by Paul Jenkins and Jack Herbert. Paul Jenkins is a great writer, so that's gonna be great. Batgirls by
Vita Ayala.
Yeah. And Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Sorry, I'm gonna butcher Nick so bad. But yeah, we don't have a cover for that either. And then Gotham City Sirens by Paul Sevenberg.
Oh, that's it. Sevenbergen. And Emmanuel Lupacino. Emmanuel Lupacino. I don't know if I've met her. She's a really great artist as well. And the wife isn't here, but she's also very pretty. I met her in person. It was alarming because I remember I'm at the con, and I mean, you go to a con, you see a lot of like everyday Joes, and I'm sitting there walking up to her table, and I walk in there, I'm like, oh my god, you're really pretty, Emanuela. It shocked me. That's my little story about her. But go on.
I haven't been to any big cons, but I've been to some small cons. But and then beyond that, so that's the next Batman and everything. So those are the books that are going to tie into the next Batman,
right?
And then after that, it says Future State Dark Detective #1, which we do have a.
We have it right here on the screen.
So that's by Mariko Tamaki, which I've heard.
She's great. Yeah, no, she's great.
And Dan Mora. I've heard that name.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Dan Mora art. I've seen him a lot. He did a little bit of Green Lanterns in the Rebirth, and he also, if you just Google his stuff, he has a really good, interesting art style, and I'm a huge fan of his art.
And then we got Grifters, which we don't have a cover for, unfortunately, but by Matthew Rosenberg, who's a great author, and Carmine.
And she did Flash. She was the artist on Flash for Rebirth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so good art then. And then the one I'm personally excited for, Red Hood. Red Hood's one of my favorite characters. So by Williamson. Joshua Williamson is such a good writer.
He is. He's amazing. He was with Tom King in The Button. He wrote The Flash. Yeah. I mean, he's doing a lot of great stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited to see Williamson on there because they got to bring some big names in.
Yeah, and then the art on that is Giannis. I don't know how to say it.
Milo no Giannis.
Yeah.
His name is in the first and last name. Giannis Milo no Giannis. I'm looking at it now.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's what is it a pseudonym? What do they call it when it's like?
Oh, like it be back and forth, or
no, it's where it's not your real name. It's like a name you.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
I think it's pseudonym, but I could be wrong. Whatever.
And then we have the monthly miniseries. We have.
So these are still under the Batman family, I think.
Yeah,
right?
This is still Batman family. So we have Batman, Superman. I'll read some of these. We have Future State Batman, Superman. We have Catwoman. And Batman, Superman, written by Jen Lin Yang, probably most famous from New Superman, the Chinese Superman, coming out of Rebirth. And then Ben Oliver. Ben Oliver's art. Now I'm just looking at Ben Oliver's art is amazing. I can see. Look at this art here on the screen here. This is Ben Oliver's art. It's amazing. If you haven't seen his work, check it out. Go on his Instagram. Look at his art. He's amazing there. And then we have so that book. I'm a huge fan of Batman Superman books. And then we have Catwoman with Ram V. I'm not sure who that is. Otto Schmidt. Oh my goodness, Otto Schmidt. He's amazing. So this is okay. So So you look at the oversized comics. The oversized comics are only like 1 through 4 issues, but the miniseries, I'm assuming this is where they're bringing in the bigger names in, because then we have Harley Quinn with Stephanie Phillips and Simon DiMeo. I don't know who that is. And then we have Nightwing here by Andrew Constant and Nicola Scott. Okay, Nicola Scott's a big artist. I'm actually not a huge fan of her art style. It's very good, but it's not my cup of tea. And then
they did Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah, she did Wonder Woman. Yeah, she was like for Rebirth when it was every other issue. She was one of the every others. Because I think the other one was.
Is she doing year 1 or current?
Year 1 for Rebirth.
The art's okay on that.
Yeah, it's fine. She draws better than me. And then we have a Future State Robin Eternal. And this is another Eternal run because we've had Batman Eternal. We had Batman and Robin Eternal. And now we have Robin Eternal. And that's by Megan Fitzmartin and Eddie Barrows. Eddie Barrows is a pretty big name in the comic book world.
So I wonder if these are going to continue on past.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
Because like it says monthly miniseries. Right. So like for me, I'm like, okay, but if it's only for 2 months.
Yeah, so 2 issues?
It's just 2. But it's like, And if they wanted to do Robin Eternal justice and give it as
Yeah,
much time,
because all the other Eternals have had like
they
were
were like
huge.
30, 40 issues.
Yeah.
You know, I think Batman Eternal was even like somewhere in 50, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that. So
50 something. But then we can move on to Superman family, and I'll just go ahead and read the blurb here. Due to his involvement in an international crisis happening in the near future, Clark Kent has been rejected by Earth, causing him to focus his life-saving efforts outside his adopted home. He travels to Warworld to rise through the ranks of the gladiator combat in order to defeat Mongol with the help of some unlikely heroes. Back in Metropolis, Clark's son, John, has taken the mantle of Superman. After seeing the horrors that befell Gotham, he bottles Metropolis in order to keep it safe. So if you're looking at the cover here, it's him holding a bottle of Metropolis and putting him at odds with Supergirl. So, ooh, a little Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, Superwoman. So she's no longer Supergirl, apparently. She's Superwoman now. So I guess it's a little bit of a conflict here. I'm kind of going back and forth between the two covers. That looks interesting.
Interested in with that is because it says in that blurb, it says puts him at odds with Supergirl, but then Kara Zor-El's book is called Kara Zor-El Superwoman.
Yeah.
So
maybe is there a Supergirl? Who knows?
You know what I mean? So that'd be interesting.
Maybe Lois and Clark had a daughter.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be in the future, I think. Right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like the future ends. This is like such a mixture of so many different things DC's done before.
Yeah.
But it's like a different like little baby they're making here, you know.
And there was a little bit more here. It says connecting the two oversized Future State Superman titles, Shiloh Norman, the man known as Mr. Miracle. Oh, Shiloh Norman is now Mr. Miracle. Finds himself caught between the city he grew up in and the battle-torn planet he could be his downfall. And here's another little blurb. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, Yara Flor is chosen to be the new Wonder Woman. Years later, the new Superman and Wonder Woman join forces to save their cities in a new superhero team up the likes of which the world has never seen. And I think I have a clip picture there. So there's Superman and Wonder Woman. So that's probably Yara Flores and John Kent. Those two are teaming up to kind of do some work.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm after reading that blurb and kind of like getting more vibe of it. It looks pretty good, and we have within this I'm showing off the covers right now. So there's a Superman in Metropolis and with the bottled Metropolis in there, and then this is Superman on World of War. So this is him again being rejected by Earth, fighting on Warworld. You know, teaming up with some unlikely heroes, as they said. And then here's the classic Wonder Woman. So this is Wonder Woman Immortal, right here.
So. This looks like it's Diana.
Yeah, this looks like Diana.
But what's interesting is, did you notice she has the bat symbol on her belt?
I'm noticing it now. Well, Batman's dead. Ooh, so why would she be wearing the belt?
I don't know. Is it actually a utility belt? It is.
It is the utility belt. I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's the utility belt. Oh man, I'm in. Give them to me now.
I mean, last episode we talked a little bit about Wonder Woman, and this makes me super interested.
Right.
As much as like, you know, I like the whole Catwoman Batman relationship. I watched just the animated series, and I'm here for Wonder Woman Batman. All right.
So, okay, yeah, that's always a thing because you had Superman choosing Lois, kind of like a god with a human, and then on the flip it would be Wonder Woman, the god, teaming with Batman, and that's very like the juxtaposition.
Literally
there.
the god.
Literally the god. But let's run through. Go ahead and run through which comics are coming.
We are kind of getting low on time. So we got Future State, Superman of Metropolis 1 and 2. So these are the oversized comics, by the way. And then connected to those will be Superman of Metropolis by Sean Lewis and John Timms. The Guardian by Sean Lewis and Coley Hammer. So the Guardian he's a pretty interesting character. That's the one that they had Jimmy Olsen be in the Supergirl show, right?
Guardian. Yeah, Guardian. Yeah, he was Guardian.
And then and he was in like Young Justice and everything too. Mr. Miracle by Brandon Easton and Valentine.
Ooh, Brandon Easton.
He
did Ninja Turtles.
Those, just real quick, just to go over those three. Those all I'm interested. I'm not a huge Superman World fan, so like it'll be interesting to see these though. I'll definitely give them a chance.
I'm reading all of them.
I mean, I'm going to read everything that comes out.
I'm going to read everything.
Yeah. Even if I don't like some of the stuff, I'll let you guys know if I don't like it. But so to continue on here, Future State, Superman Worlds at War. So this is the one all about Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 4 issues of that. So that'll come out twice monthly then. And then Superman Worlds at War by Philip Kennedy Johnson and
My God, Mikhail Janin. I love his art so much. Look at the art right there. He's an amazing artist. He did a lot of Batman, Batman Rebirth, and he was just amazing. I'm so pumped for him.
Midnighter by Becky Cloonan, and Becky Cloonan's an amazing author.
She's very, very good writer.
Conrad and Gleb Melnikov.
Mm-hmm.
Midnighter, I've read a little bit of his stuff. He's interesting. He's kind of like I think he was from Wildstorm originally. And so he's kind of like Wildstorm's Batman, but now he's in the DC universe. So
okay.
He's interesting. He's been in a couple Nightwing books.
Okay.
Black Racer by Jeremy Adams and Saya.
Black Racer. So that's.
So I wonder if this is Black Racer from. I think this is Black Racer from Apocalypse.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
It's not like because like some people get Black Racer confused with Black Flash and everything.
Yeah, no.
Which I even did when I first read this. So that'll be interesting to see a book about Black Racer.
Okay.
And then another Mr. Miracle book. By Brandon Easton. I think they put that in there twice by accident.
Yeah, that seems to be a mistake. I mean, I bet that's just a mistake.
Yeah, and then Future State Immortal Wonder Woman will have 2 issues, number 1 and number 2. Immortal Wonder Woman will be by Becky Cloonan, again, amazing author, with Michael W. Conrad and Jen Bartel.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nubia. So Nubia was getting a book. That's interesting.
Oh, okay. And she's the other Wonder Woman. Is she not? I think so. Nubia is the other Wonder Woman, I believe.
I just put that together now. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. And then L.L. McKinney and Aletha E. Martinez and Mark Morales.
Those are looking like Mark. I think Mark Morales has done art in pencils or inks or whatever before, but the other two, L.L. McKinney and Aletha, I think those are new newbies coming in. I don't want to say newbies. I'm sure they've done other work in other issues on other comic runs.
Yeah, Mark Morales I've heard of before.
Yeah.
So monthly miniseries and one shots, just to rapid fire these off real quick. Future State House of L by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Scott Godlewski is a one shot that'll be on sale in February. Future State Kara Zor-El Superwoman.
Got this on the screen right here.
Now that I'm seeing that, or actually that might be a miniseries.
Doesn't it look like she's I mean, I don't want to make any jumps here, but it doesn't look like she's inside a bottle looking up. I don't know. I'm just saying. It looks like she's down looking up, and like, what if she's trapped in Metropolis, or I don't know. Who knows?
I passed by it by accident. I did. All right. Yeah. Probably. Let me look at it.
I'm sure. It could just be me being silly.
Yeah, she's looking up.
Yeah, I can look it up. I don't know. I'm just thinking of Superwoman and Superwoman.
That's by Marguerite Bennett and Marguerite Savard.
Oh, they're so good. The Marguerites, they're very good. Very good.
And then that looks like, because it didn't say one shot behind it, I'm assuming that'll be a miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
Future State Legion of Superheroes by Brian Michael Bendis and Riley Rossman.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Michael Bendis doing some more Legion of Superheroes stuff. I haven't read his run that he did already, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, I know he came from Marvel over to DC.
I like Bendis, but I haven't been a fan of what he's done in DC so far.
Okay.
So and then Future State Superman Wonder Woman. I'm always here for Superman Wonder Woman.
Me too.
Batman,
I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
That's great. By Dan Waters and Leila DeLuca.
Yeah, Leila Del Duca.
And then, so that looks like it'll be a miniseries as well. Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex. I am here for Lex versus Superman all the time. By Mark Russell and Steve Pugh. 3-issue series ending March 2021. So it looks like in 2 months they'll have 3 issues come out. And then Future State Wonder Woman by Joelle Jones.
And let me just talk about Joelle Jones really quick. I love Joelle Jones. I love her art. She's an amazing artist and she's an amazing writer. Just look at this. Her art style. I love the way she draws Wonder Woman. I love the way she draws women in comics. I just think she just look at this cover here. Come on, this is just such a nice cover. I'm so happy Joelle Jones is, and I've also met her, and she is so nice and so sweet. You can just go up and talk to her. She's amazing. But I am extremely looking forward to.
She's the one that did the Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
And all that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the one with the Catwoman wedding dress, and then.
Yep. That's her,
okay.
And then she just her art it always blows me away. And then we'll kind of go through this next one real quick. We don't want to go too much over, but we have the Justice League family, and we're almost near the end here. We have this is kind of a big blurb, but it's also Justice League and has the Flash and Shazam, because a thread of great change runs through the Justice League heroes. A new league is built upon secret identities, even from each other. Ooh. But an old and evolved enemy will use these secrets to try and overthrow the world. For the supernatural heroes, Justice League Dark, the very fabric of reality has shifted and the heroes are being hunted. And here's some more. It says, for Flash, Shazam, and Teen Titans, it all begins with the 4 riders of the apocalypse. Unleash hell in a battle at Titan's Academy. Barry Allen is cut off from the Speed Force. A famine-controlled Wally West may be beyond saving, and Billy Batson makes a deal with the devil that will change Shazam forever. And now Offworld. Jon Stewart and the remaining Green Lanterns are stranded in the shadows of a dead power battery. Jackson Hyde and Andy Curry, which is the daughter of Mira and Arthur, are separated across the galaxy, and Amanda Waller executes her ultimate plan with the new but terrifyingly familiar Suicide Squad on Earth 3. And then one more blurb at the end of time. Swamp Thing reveals its true intentions, ruling supreme until the remnant of humanity launches a rebellion. And Black Adam looks to the past as the only way to save the future of the multiverse. Wowie, wowie, wowie. Look at this. We have the Justice League here. Go ahead and run through these books.
I'm definitely here for everything that was in that blurb. Like,
yeah.
I'm such a DC fan that I'm like, I'm ready for whatever.
Yeah,
There's only a few things that I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But so the Oversized Comics, we got Future State, Justice League 1 and 2, so 2 issues for that. Justice League is going to be done by Joshua Williamson and Robson Rocha.
Wow.
Robson Rocha I have not heard of, but Joshua Williamson.
Yeah, Joshua Williamson I have heard of. Yeah.
Justice League Dark, which I'm so glad to see continuing.
Mm-hmm. We don't have a cover for that.
Ram V and Marcio Takara.
Okay.
And then Future State, Green Lantern 1 and 2. So that will be 2 issues as well. Last Lanterns by Geoffrey Thorne and Tom Rainey.
Again, some new people to DC.
By Josie Campbell, Ryan Cady, and Ernie Altsbacher with Sammy Basri and Clayton Henry. There's a lot of people on that book. Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of names there.
So Future State, Suicide Squad number 1 and 2, Suicide Squad by Robbie Thompson and Javi Hernandez, and then Black Adam by Jeremy Adams and Fernando Passerin.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that'll be 2 issues. The cover on that one, it looked kind of like Thunderbolts-ish. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it looks like it's other characters in superheroes costume.
For which one?
For Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, it does. It does look like the other characters are. It's not. Yeah.
It looks very different.
Yeah.
So the miniseries here, we got Future State Aquaman by Brandon Thomas and Danielle Sempre. Future State The Flash by Brandon Vietti and Dale Eaglesham. Brandon Vietti I've heard of, I think. And then Future State Teen Titans by Tim Sheridan and Rafa Sandoval. And Future State Shazam by Tim Sheridan and Eduardo Pansica. And then Future State Swamp Thing by Ram V and Mike Perkins. So a lot of those names I do not recognize. So it'll be interesting to see like either talent from some other place or new talent coming onto these books. And so that'll be interesting. This whole section is not as focused as like the other one, so it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, because this is a lot of this is the whole Justice League family. This is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of rotating through the pictures here as well.
I mean, it's pretty much all of Future State there. I'm excited for it. I'll be picking things up and looking into it. My whole thing with it is like I am so here for it, unless they try to like make it to where like unless they try to shove out like Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. I don't want my old heroes to go away. I think but I also understand that like there's probably going to be a compromise way later on where you can't have like 4 Batman titles and it's all different characters.
Right.
So, but how are you feeling about it?
I'm pumped. More now reading all these blurbs here. Again, I'm super pumped for the Brazilian Wonder Woman. I am so looking I think the last blurb got me the most excited about the Justice League and like Shazam and then Black Adam going like it's just I think the last and then imagine a Suicide Squad from Earth 3. Like come on. Like I don't know. It's I'm pumped. Quick question. Which book are you most excited for? You have to pick one. Only one. Nightwing. Okay. For me,
I'm always here for Nightwing, so
for me, it has to be Wonder Woman. I think, even though of course I'm a big Lantern fan and I want to see what's going on, but I feel like the Lanterns have always been without a power battery before, and they always find a way to make a new battery. But just this Wonder, I just want to know what's her deal. And I don't. I think second for me would Superman, Wonder Woman. I think that's what I would say. But I think that's it for today. That we ran through it. I hope this was entertaining to everyone.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. Kind of quick blurb on Future State. I mean, we're more than willing to talk about Future State as it comes. When it does finally come out, we get more thoughts on it. And maybe if you guys like, we can do more Future State. Or you can go ahead and message me or Costly if there's any topics you want us to talk about comic book wise. We can maybe look at those and talk about those as well.
Oh, yeah.
So.
What's real quick before we take off? What's your streaming schedule this week? What's it look like for you?
This week is kind of my normal schedule, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3. I had it. I don't know if you caught my interview with some guy you may know, the Ocean Bullsey, on Friday.
I think I know him.
Yeah, you think you know him. He jumped on the stream. Check it out. Oh, you gotta check it out. It's in my video section. If you haven't checked it out yet, go and check my video section. I have the interview. The interviews at the beginning starts about 5 to 10 minutes in, and it lasts for about an hour. So I did that, and I might do that again on Friday, not necessarily with Bowlesy, but with another Alliance leader. So again, I always say if you're an Alliance leader out there in the DCL game and you would like to come on and talk about your Alliance, talk about whatever, message me, and then I can probably get you on. And I'll probably be doing that on Fridays, I think. How about you? What's your schedule looking like?
So this week, unless work gets in the way, like it normally does, will be Monday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, and then Friday, 7 o'clock to, and I say 8 o'clock, but more, sorry, 8:30, not 7:30 to 8:30, and then 8:30 to like 9:30, 10 o'clock with Baldur's Gate. And then Friday, I'll be starting at 7 and going to about 9:30ish. And that's a very special one for me because that is my birthday.
Oh, so well, early happy birthday. We gotta make sure to post that and let everyone know it's your birthday. A big birthday stream going on.
That'll be my birthday stream.
How old are you gonna be?
Hopefully, let me think about it for a second. 28.
28. Okay.
So I gotta remember if I'm turning 27 or 28. I'm sure it's 28.
I lose count too.
So that'll be Friday for me. Hopefully everything goes, because like I was ready to stream this last Friday, and then about 4:30 in the afternoon, my internet went out on the whole block. So, and it wasn't back until like 2 in the morning. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good and everything. And then beyond that,
that's it.
It's a normal week and everything.
Yeah.
So
thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for taking your time to listen to the podcast. Or we're going to be putting these up on YouTube as well, and then we're going to find a podcast streaming service you can listen to this without audio. And we will be getting our last episode up here soon. We're working on figuring out how we want to do that and stitch them together because we had technical difficulties last time. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you. And we'll be back in 2 weeks? And then we may even start doing a once-week schedule. I don't know, 2 weeks, once week. Yeah. We haven't decided yet, but I'm having a lot of fun doing these, talking about comics, talking about other things going on as well. And it's a lot of fun. I'm
definitely down for like a weekly thing when I'm just worried about running out of topics.
Yeah. So I mean, 2 weeks I like is good, but 1 week could also be fun too.
We'll also leave it up to you guys. What you guys want to see?
Yeah, if you want, message us on. Message us on Discord, on Twitch, on Reddit. Find us, message us, talk to us. Let us know what you think. But that's it. All right, good. All right, Costa, I'll talk to you later. And everyone have a good one out there. Rest of your day or the rest of your night whenever you're listening to this. And that'll be it. Thank you, everyone. Bye.